Hello. Um, Welcome to my first series I've wanted to make for a while now, so about how to draw like me, so I can remind the future me how to draw like I used to once I become old I cannot draw. Also teach you guys who's probably gonna ask, how do you draw like that? To that answer, today's lesson is how to draw Cult of the Lamp in my art style. You may have seen it on my thumbnails, on the stream thumbnails I've done. So I'm willing to show you guys how to do it, since you guys seem interested in how to make the drawing that I made, or multiple drawings. So I will. Let's get into it. First, you will need the app named Ibis Paint X. There's a free version of it. You don't have to buy the expensive one. There's There's this one that's generally free. Just let's go right to it. You will go to my gallery, go to my drawings, and here you can choose any ways of how you would like to draw the things in Lynch. As you can see, I've done a bit there, and there. Now, as a general advice, I would ask you kindly to do it yourself instead of tracing, because tracing does not make you good, it'll just make you bad. But originally I traced, but I stopped with it and actually got better. People helped me, then I probably would be in Tim Toon's clone, who would never learn any mistakes that I did on this coast, but that's another story. But let's begin. My paintbrushes are this and this. You will see why. As a general example of how I would like to draw something, I will use one of my other artworks that I've drawn as another idea of how to do things. And you could have an experience of making the sheep sit down, but that's only if you want. It's always good to have an art example of what to do, as I would like to do normally. I would just normally take a big version. Now, as an example, I'll be taking an ideal idea of it. And then one with the face only. We'll see why in a short time. As an example, you will now begin drawing as I would. Here you will have a concept near, and then just like It begins slow, like you acts with you trying. You're actually learning an idea of what to do, being like this and this and this. Mm. This is like of how I do things around here. You must keep and also the base thing you're gonna base very close to you. See how it's done. As you can see, the ears are kind of down, so I'll trying to do it as well, like down and down. You also do this as a startup only. I like to do this, but normally if you're not into that, what I would recommend you doing as a startup for the actual baseline, you will have to draw the bill. Draw a circle no way. Do it like this and save a layer for that. We will use it later and you'll see why. You're just gonna and like see how it's done. And I can prove like how it's done. Like the color. Then add. And here comes the trick. You make this transparent. That raw on it. God damn it. But here's why. And you want to keep it up here. Then the tracing. Give it a cleaner look. You mainly start off with a bell. Come on, my stomach, it always rumbles every day. I don't know how to make it stop. Now, how do you make this? Well, here's a simple trick. Basically, make the thing transparent and that the lamp will be having a color like the game. Good. Let's now make this transparent and start with the head. That's why I told you to keep the head close. If you didn't, that's your fault. And you need it close again. There's a bit off. Yeah, there. Yeah. You then do this. Where it's like you have to make it like in different directions like that. Being like now for the big eyes. What you wanna do is like draw it big like this. Draw it big like this. Since EB's paint doesn't have filter reflection, so draw under the lines. But then you also have to, you should also do this and this so it's closer to the thing. Would you look at that? We have the thing now. It's not complete. So let us finish. So let us do it with its head. By the way, it takes me extra time to explain the progress of this. To make it more immersive, I like to what I did here is basically I take these colors. I would then go over here to different colors Which color did I went with? Well, good question. We can look closer here. Hello. So, I've come back a little later. The color that we were looking for was in hindsight all along. The color with the 773 76 76 is the one you should copy. Wait, oops. Alright. Hopefully I didn't fuck anything up. Well, here we are. The coloring of the lamp finally. As well, as a recommendation, I would recommend you drawing with the of adding lines on top of it, and then down here, so it looks good, super good. As a second thought, let us redo the eyes. Like that, and then looks good as that. This is just a rough art at this point, but I digress. Long-throated, you should probably do it like this. They won't notice. Why is this basically important? Well, for starters, you now have a nearly good idea of how to do the art. And then the best way I draw the code of this is basically like at this angle. I wouldn't recommend you. of adding legs. We'll improve this later, so this is not the final product. You will then add red and look at the colors that I've added. Better yet, it looks like ketchup or some kind. I don't really know, but we're trying our kind. And then what I like to do is like look at this and then be like, ah, that's how it's. Not with that, but with this. So now it looks good. Not so good, but when we do 1, 2, but when we merge those two together, there we go. Along with the legs, I have a doobie leap called lamp. Not so good, but oh yeah, wait, the final step. Yeah, the final step. Give me a sec. Yeah, the final step is something I've been wanting to teach you guys. The color I use from this is this. Of using a rotary iPhone. Where then we take the same outline and lay it over that. Wait, that layers over that. So now, congratulations. We have kind of created a good one I've made, but God, I tried my best today. The sheep is happy. One more thing. I would suggest you looking out my other videos I've made. Which ones? Well, easily. It's not done. Oh God, we're not done. The ears, the eyes. We need to improve those. To make sure it'll be good. Now, the head was just a prototype. Get it over with. this head is too. There we go. I'll make the head more round. So, the best way to remake the head is to have the drawing of the Jeep, the actual one, now, so we can begin the progress of calling inspiration. This is the head we'll be using. Let's fix the mouth, like this. And then the color. And we're nearly done. Now all we need is this. And we're done. This is a weak version. Let's fix this up. And now I can actually say but this is wood. Man, this is wood. Man, this is made by wood. What? It's wood. And it's made by wood. Alright, that explains it. Wood. Crass. This is good. One skeleton we drew. And we're gonna have it come back. This was how you draw the coat of the lamp. I forgot the years. Give me a sec. Those years are the example that you get art. If you don't get it, you're not worthy. And if you are going to ask, basically like Ronaldo. You know, I think it's perfect now. So, yeah. In my art style. If you like this, please hit a like. Put your suggestions down in the comments. And I'll be streaming today also. And I'll see you next time.